Morning all, Stick here, how you all doing? It's very, well, it's not very early anymore. It was when I got up, obviously, because that's what happens when you have children. This is a quick video because I've had quite a few questions or comments coming in about the sound of the jams with my mate Chris Gussman and I, saying how good they sound, which is really cool. So I thought I'd just show you quickly how I record them. All the post-production is done in Logic Pro 9. I've used the Wave CLA package. I use the drums plug-in for the drum section and the guitar plug-in for the guitar section, with just basically using some EQ, and on the guitar one I use the stereo sort of spreader to give it a little bit more sort of room. But anyway, here is the guitar cab. It's a Marshall JMP. It's a 1917 is the model number. It's a 1971 head, year it was made. And it's a 20 watt PA head, volume tone. I picked it up from Recycle Centre down in Cornwall, and it was, I just bought it off sort of on an eBay thing, plugged it in and smoke bellowed out. But it needed a new input transformer, main sort of transformer, and obviously new pots for the volume and tone controls, and new valves. Other than that, it is genuine. It doesn't look like a radio, as my German friend says. We're recording this through my Marshall 412, which is loaded with greenbacks, and we've got AKG 414BXLS2 on here. So speakers around here, and we're looking at sort of just at the edge where the dust cone meets the actual speaker cone. So we've got probably the edge of the dust cone is about here. So we've got half the capsule on dust cone, half the capsule on the actual cone. I chose that speaker just because it sounded a little bit more lively. When you plug the amp in, turn it up on full, that was a little bit more hiss coming out of that, so it's a little bit more sensitive, so I just generally tend to do that. Drum wise, we recorded the kit just with 2 microphones. The whole setup is just 3 microphones, which is really sparse. Managed to get good isolation or good separation with these pencil condensers and the AKG. Obviously the cab's pointing across the room and the kit's pointing forward, so yeah, got really good separation, which I was quite surprised about how well it came out actually. But drum kit wise, I'm using the Recorder Man technique again, just one of my favourites, especially for live sort of sound, and I'm trying out these brand new mics from SE Electronics, RN17s, Rupert Neve design, along with SE and I can't remember the other guy's name out in China. Now, I'm a huge fan of affordable microphones. I love Sontronics microphones, especially the Orpheus, the large diaphragm condenser overhead, and in this sort of setup, the Recorder Man is phenomenal, along with their drum microphones, the DM1B, 1T and 1S. But these are kind of the other end of the spectrum. These are very expensive. They're about £1,000 each, just under, I think. I've got to say they sound phenomenal, but they should do for the price. And one day when I've got some money, I will be buying some. And they have these quite funky little shock mounts, which are a little bit different. Let me try and get that on camera. A selection of rubber bands. Obviously you've got this large transformer built into the microphone, so if you're going to use these, get some big hefty old stands. You don't want to be hanging these off of any old rubbishy mic stand. And that's all I used really to record the rehearsals with, and we're doing it again tonight, so I'll probably be using these for the last time tonight, then they have to go back. So I'll probably go back to my Sontronics setup, or I might try my Neumann KM184s as well, pencil condensers, because I kind of like the focus you get with the pencil condensers in this sort of setup, so I might stick with them. Everything goes into my RME Octamic Mark II down the bottom, which is connected via radar into the Fireface 800, which goes into my MacBook Pro, records into Logic on an external hard drive, always using an external hard drive, and then I mix it in the other room very quickly. Nice and quick setup. Camera wise, I use Canon HG10s. Now these are quite old cameras. They've got an actual hard disk in them, and I'm having some problems with loud noise. Not so much with the drums, but anything that has a sort of sustain to it. So when Chris was playing Drop D, and it's happened to get also with Rob a few months ago, well, probably longer than that now, the frequencies tend to, or they must hit the hard drive in the camera, and they must vibrate it, and all of a sudden it can't write data and the camera cuts out. So I had loads of problems with that, so I ended up filming from outside the glass, which got some glare, as some of you noticed and posted comments on Facebook and stuff. So I've got my polarization filter back off my brother, so I'm going to be probably filming Chris again from outside. Hopefully the overhead camera will hold up again, enough to get some footage anyway. And yes, that's all there is to it really. Nothing super fancy. is going on. It's just a good sounding room, and yeah, all seems to come out really well. So there you go. You can hear the difference when we're in the lounge. Echo, it's like being in a cave. Tonight I think we're using the Dean Razorback Rebel Dimebag guitar, which should be awesome. So yes, we'll see how that all turns out. Catch you later. Bye.